Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. In this episode, we're gonna do something similar to the older ideas, but we're gonna do it much simpler using Skin Modifier. So basically, the idea is to do like a scribbles of lines on top of an image, and then resample that image to generate a different kind of artwork. So yeah, let's just get started. Gonna do improvisation here. This is like random lines, scribbles. Now, image resampling can be done in many different ways, but this is one of kind of my old school favorite. You can actually generate this just by scribbling a grease pencil. Maybe that's a better idea rather than doing it procedurally, but I'm gonna show you if you want to do it procedurally anyway. So random vector, viewer draw. That's a random scatter, right? And with random scatter, especially random vector, you get this kind of a circular kind of design. But we can do it in different way. Maybe I'll show the grease pencil method a bit later. Let's do like how many? 500, and then scale it just about that grid size. And then the next thing we want to do is just use a UV connection and connect the dots, turn it into edges. Okay, you might have seen this kind of artwork somewhere. Now, the next thing to do, we know that this is gonna be just a single edges. If I bake it out, we get this scribbles. And with this guy, we can do the resampling thing. Basically, without knowing anything, I just use a displacement and then create a new texture, find a texture somewhere, maybe use this Princess Leia picture, and then we're gonna use plane, and this is gonna be our reference object. Turn it into wire. We're not gonna render this out, so turn it off, and with this guy select, turn it into object reference. So our plane is the object reference for the displacement. So we sort of match it to the size. It will be easier and better if you use an image that's square, but we can leave it like that for now. Wire. Okay, now we should have actually Princess Leia being projected into this guy. Although our line is currently 3D and we don't want that, so I have to fix this real quick. Vector out and vector in. We only want it in the X and the Y, like so. And instead of just previewing, we want it to be as a viewer vmesh, and we're gonna call it SV. So let's hopefully this works. Okay, it works, and then our displacement still working as well. So the displacement is gonna displace this guy. RGB to XYZ. Okay, RGB to XYZ. Normal objects. Mid level to 0, and then file set as. Hopefully this worked. I have not tried this, so this is a first step. Make scribbles. So with every procedural workflow, there's always some kind of recipe and procedure that you think beforehand. The next thing we want to do is to reload the lines. Objects in, get selection, and get selection pause. And then now we measure the distance, that guy and this guy, and then with the distance, let's use the stethoscope and check the value. 1.1, 1.2. We're gonna use a remapping. Plug that in, 0 to 1, and then maybe turn it into 0.05 to 0.1. And the output's gonna be our skin measure. That's actually the whole plan right there. And then we plug in the vertices and the edges, and then plug this in as the radius in X and Y. Actually, we can just do it in maybe one of these. So I turn it to live, and we have this mesh of Skin Modifier. Very, very fast, very, very interesting. I thought the speed is pretty amazing. And then I flatten it. I'm just gonna plug this distance into this guy. Hopefully we have this resampling of the Princess Leia image. Kind of, sort of working. Probably we need to make the thickness even smaller than this. I'll try 0.001. And new max should be 0.07 maybe. So basically it's doing this on the fly resampling of the image. You should actually see something by now. I have a feeling that maybe the image is not high quality enough. Maybe this guy should actually using both value. Or maybe I should actually resample the line even more, because currently it's just a line, but I didn't do resampling. That could be it. File, save as. So because we have the scribbles of lines, we didn't resample the lines properly. Okay, let's do this interpolation. I'm gonna turn off update for now. Interpolation. Let's do it right here, and then do the range float. Zero to 1, and look at the result. Hide this. We have our lines, and then we have to do resample. Let's resample the lines like 2000 times. Okay, so we have like 2000 dots, maybe even higher, 2500 dots. Still pretty fast. And then update this guy. Let's check our line actually. Let's hide this first and then check our lines. So this guy is starting to look like Princess Leia, sort of. I'm gonna save this real quick. Maybe I have to do more resampling. Let's look at it from the top. Okay, that's the resampling of the photo actually. Let's make it maybe larger. Maybe the resolution is not great. So we have 500,000 vertices being being displaced by the image. And now if we go to our skin sampler, check this, check all this, maybe use the matrix as well for precision. So 0.5. The value actually goes up to 1.5. I can see that. Maybe I need to do it really subtle kind of way. So 0.5. Very thin skin modifier to represent the image. 0.01. We are basically mapping the value between 0 and 1.5 into 0.005 to 0.01. So the skin modifier is going to be super thin, and hopefully it's going to generate our photo. It's a tricky one. I did this previously with the spiral kind of lines, but this is a little bit more complex. Maybe the result won't be as good as we think, but we'll see. This can be done in many different ways, but this is probably we might get interesting result or not. Okay, we have that. Supposedly the plan here is for whatever the points being sampling, we should get some kind of imprints of the original image. Perhaps I didn't do this quite right, because I'm not seeing any variations in these lines. Or maybe this actually already working. I gotta do a checking, and then maybe I'm gonna post the final result and then see if this is actually correct. But I'm pretty sure this is actually working, just not as visible. Or maybe I'm doing it wrong here. Yeah, but anyhow, this is the process, the whole process, and we'll see the result after this live noding. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll